Okay. Well, wait a minute. Why are you playing Pokemon Go in my kitchen? Oh, fuck.
Like,
I'm about to get real serious on this shit. Guys, welcome to Serious Shit, the show where we seriously apparently talk about Pokemon Go and all the inner workings. My name is Vincent Herman, Ben the Human.
James Odle, Alphaspecter.
And he was just telling us about the exciting inner workings of the bullshit Pokemon that choose to be exclusive.
Yeah, I'm getting really tired of game companies, or not even companies, like video games.
I don't know. It all seems like it all seems like it's in a transitional period. Like to me, it feels like even though video games is one of those things, like with movies, you can move up the date, but when you push back the date, you get a lot of backlash. Movies and TV. But with video games, they can fluctuate no matter where they want. Like that's always been a thing in video games. It's like, oh, this is coming out November 18th. Actually, no, it's coming out like March of the next year. And
nobody bats that a lot.
Yeah, nobody bats.
That's kind of expected out of the video game industry. But when you get a game that tells you, like, upon launch, it's going to have all these features.
That's the other thing I'm saying is, like, while that's expected, I think it's also becoming expected. We want to know as much about the game as possible, and they're starting to fly off of the mouth with the stuff that they do intend to put on the game. They do intend to actually create, and they probably would be able to if, like, they hadn't announced the game 3 months prior to the statement.
Yeah.
But like they make the statement, we're gonna make this game, it's gonna be these basic elements, and then everyone's like, oh, we need more, and then to keep people happy, to keep people fed, to keep people involved, they make these statements because this is the stuff that they're going to do. And then the day comes and they've already pushed back the date like 2 or 3 times, and they're still not where they wanted to be, and this isn't the type of stuff you could put in DLC, and it could kill the game. Like, they still gotta put it out. It's one of, like, video games are a fucking mess right now, I think, like, because of that type of shit.
But it's like, you know, don't mislead.
I don't know. When have video games not been a mess? Like, the majority of the NES titles alone are a great example of just people just trying to pump shit out because video games were hot. So
there's really no better example than that. But
I wish I was pumping out things because people are hot.
Well, that'll never happen.
Are you saying I'm never gonna get laid again?
Yep.
Holy shit! A good friend James Odle here, like, coming in with all the moral support out of nowhere. Fuck.
That's what friends are for. To crush your dreams before you even have them.
To crush your dreams when they really need to be crushed.
But no, like, how many times, like, not even just video games, but, like, with a movie, or just, like, something you've been, like, promised. Like, someone's like, hey, I'm gonna bring this really cool thing to you.
Like Santa Claus, or that you can do anything you put your mind to.
Yeah, or like just pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and, you know.
That has never helped me when I'm drunk, by the way.
Right?
Not once have I ever, and there really was one time. I remember that phrase, and I tried to, I untied my boots for this too. I was like, I'm gonna pull myself up by my bootstraps. I get home, and I fell asleep on that sidewalk. Thank you very much.
But I mean, like, that's the worst way to be disappointed. When, like,
to think that you actually might make it home, but you fall asleep on the sidewalk. Yeah.
Well, not just that, but, like, you're promised something, and then when you receive said something, it's not what was promised. It's kind of what was promised.
Like, in this day and age, I feel like people, like, maybe for children, yes, but as adults, we should just be fucking used to it by now. Look at every great comic book movie that comes out. They're like, okay, Thor: The Dark World. And I'm like, fuck. I don't like to do the serious shit too much on nerdy topics. Like, really don't, because we have SMP for that. But okay, we did not talk about Thor: The Dark World on SMP at all. Yeah, we didn't do our special episode. Like, everything just kept falling apart. But anyways, we expected this huge thing. We did 2 episodes, one of which was entirely based around the first Thor Ragnarok trailer, and the second one was half based around the Thor Ragnarok trailer.
Are you talking about Ragnarok or Dark World?
No. I'm talking about Ragnarok. We were so hyped for this movie. We expected so much from it, and then it was a good movie. It wasn't amazing. It was, in my respect, it was pretty disappointing, and the humor was too much. But yeah, that's just one of those examples. We were expecting, oh my god, we're gonna see 2 great storylines come to a head. This is gonna be epic. Finally, the Thor movies are gonna be fucking great. And then it was good.
Well,
don't break the bank over it. Don't sweat it if you missed it. But it was good. Go see it in theaters, or don't. You'll see it eventually.
I mean, it ties right back into that whole we were promised, we were led to believe that this was going to be something great. You're led to believe that your birthday every year is going to be this big extravaganza when you're a kid, because your parents throw you these big birthday parties.
Well, that's our responsibility as adults, though. Our responsibility as adults is to break things down, is to assess situations, to detect the final outcome as best we can for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because that is what planning is built out of, and that is what, lowered expectations are all about. Because, when you do that type of thing, it means that you are actually in tune to what's going on in the world. And when you do that, you'll see that in any movie or any video game or just any razor you buy, the company's job is to build that item up. No company is going to be like, you could buy Gillette and you'll probably be happier, but we're all right. We're doing okay.
We get the job done.
Yeah, okay, so if you don't have the extra $5 to spend, choose our brand and it'll get the job done.
You know what? You could buy our bag of 12 disposable 2-blade razors for $7.95, or you could go and spend $13.95 on the Gillette
4-pack.
I mean, it's going to last about the same amount of time because you're going to use this many of our razors.
You're going to say, I wish I could have afforded the Gillette, but you're not going to be unhappy.
You're still going to have a shaven face.
This is not what any company is going to do. If Walmart's Great Value brand decided to do ad campaigns, they'd be like, fucking bread! You ever thought that, holy shit, oh my god, Sara Lee's so boring. Well, bread!
Or no, one of my favorites is now at Kroger. It's not even the Kroger brand. It's just that basic fucking box with a barcode.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're definitely getting to the point here where it's just, those who know they can't beat the main brand just don't advertise.
Well, they don't try. Yeah. They don't really have to, because when your product is 40 cents compared to the main $2, that there's plenty of people who are going to buy it because it's still edible.
Yeah. Well, it's okay if you had Halo, and Halo had this big ad campaign and shit, blah blah, blah, and the game comes out and it's $60, and then there's a game called Online Space Fighting. Online space fighting with guns, and it comes out and it's only $20, and Halo stays $60 for 6 months, and then that still actually went down $5, and now it's $15. Unwitting parents are gonna buy the $15 game for their kids.
Well, I mean, that happens a lot with video games, actually.
So when you're confident in your product, and guys, you know what I'm talking about here. Gentlemen, you've been here. When you're confident in your product and you're trying to sell what you got, you're going to talk it up. You know, you're going to say what it can do, at least what you expect it to do. And maybe you've had a drink or two. Maybe you've taken it one step too far. You're an hour too tired than you were an hour before. And then when you get to the show, you don't present what they're expecting. But
I've never had that problem.
Bullshit. Okay, like, and I know your numbers. Bullshit. There's at least had to have been like a time or two where it was disappointing, like where you have disappointed. Because I know I've done it. I'll put it on Front Street right now. I've done it. I've gotten there. I've gotten my end of the deal, but I did not deliver on the exchange.
Oh yeah, everyone's been there.
Yeah.
How did we go from food and video games to this?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I sat there for a minute and I was like, well, where's the bridge? And I don't have one.
Delivering on your product.
Yeah, I guess that was the bridge, but it's like there's at least like a 30-foot jump in between the two. Like, you get to a certain point on that bridge, you're like, why did they construct it this way? And then you somehow have to jump to that other side because you're fucked otherwise.
It's crumbling behind you. You gotta jump. You know you're not gonna make it, but you jump anyway.
Like the waters are too like rough for boats to make it across. Your only option, you know, maybe fashion some sort of ladder deal.
Somehow you grab some of the crumbling debris behind you and fashion a grapple.
Maybe
hook.
if you and someone on the other side work together in tandem. To like fashion so they connect in the middle.
And that's what we called the Eiffel Tower.
And then it's all got to come together perfectly. A lot like video games during the development process. See how I brought it back around?
Let's see how you did that.
Yeah, there we go. Jesus.
But, you know, back to our original topic of disappointment.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. See, I thought you were gonna get right back on video games. Yeah. What? What other disappointments have you had in your life? And let's not go with the easy ones like Santa Claus and Easter Bunny and shit. But like, you know, like what disappointments? Like
adulthood. We have to laugh, or else we'll sit here and kill ourselves.
The very millisecond you said it, my inside shed a tear, and I was like, "Oh God, you're right."
Nothing prepared us to be adults. You know, we're supposed to go through school. Like, no,
I had dreams.
Think about it for a second.
Your inside adult has that voice, that deep,
like it's that scruffy guy, like, kicks back in like this 70-year-old recliner's like,
no, he's at the bar. This motherfucker's at the bar. He's been there all day.
See, I was picturing someone in a busted down old trailer in like the back of the trailer park, and he's in like this old recliner with a TV plugged into an extension cord that's plugged into the neighbor's power, with an antenna on it that keeps like going in and out.
That's pretty good, but that's a guy who's failed at everything. That's a guy who's just fucked up all of it. Like, I'm talking about a guy who's just like, he needed to step away for a moment, and that moment turned into a long little while. He's in the bar. He's on his, like, what, 7th shot of fucking Jameson, or not 7th, this is his 7th glass of Jameson. Like, he's sipping it slowly.
Can he afford Jameson?
He can right now. Now.
Tonight, he can afford Jameson because
he's getting it in while he can. He overhears some, like, kids down the bar. They're talking about, like, yeah, the deposition went through great. And he just looks over. He's like, fuck you. Like, that's the guy I imagine.
So, like think about our high school experience compared to what you hear high schools are doing now. Like, do you remember our life planning class?
What half of high school we're talking about?
No. Do you remember life planning class? The same class that you stuck a paper clip in the outlet?
Was that life planning class? Because I thought that was social study. Not social study.
I thought
that was health
planning
class.
No, that was life.
It was
planning.
literally called health. Yeah, see, that shows you how much I gave a shit in high school. Because I thought the health planning class or life planning class was health class or whatever the fuck they were calling it.
No,
no, because there was something during 8th grade, 9th grade.
No, this was like 11th or 12th grade.
Yeah, during 9th and 10th. Oh my god, I've complained so much about how there should be a class where they're teaching people to get out in the real world, and I just stuck paper clips into sockets throughout mine.
No, but that's the thing. Like, this class didn't prepare us for shit.
Really?
Like, all this class did, like, we filled out Shawnee State applications.
So it should have been called, okay, like, some of it's coming back to me now. Like it should have been called college preparation class.
Well, it wasn't even college prep.
Jesus.
We filled out some college applications. I know that class went on, like, a college tour.
Yeah, I remember that.
But
because I remember, like, the thing where, like, what the fuck was it? It was like something that was like not spinning, but like going back.
The free hanging pendulum.
The free hanging pendulum that was like, something to the Earth's axis.
Yeah, it was constantly like swinging the same way, but it looked like it was swinging a different way as the year went on because the Earth was rotating.
Yes,
like that. Yeah, that's down there.
And I thought that was cool. But, like, I didn't absorb anything, but that, honestly, I thought that was a science trip that I took.
No.
But now it's coming back to me,
that class didn't teach us how to do our taxes. It didn't teach us, like, how to really build a resume.
Survive in the job market.
Yeah, like, it didn't teach us
family building.
any useful skills. But the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Wait a minute, that was also in science class.
That was science class. Okay, how many things can you really remember from school? The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. The Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and that's about all I can fucking remember from high school.
Jesus, I remember English and writing notes. Like I know the proper use of the semicolon, and like the one thing I didn't retain. The one thing, like, I really feel like I could use, I don't know when a fucking paragraph starts or ends. Anyways, but yeah, no, there are certain things from general studies classes, like the things that you go to school for that I remember. But yeah, no, like in a life, what was it? What did you call it? Life sciences? What was it called? Life planning. Was it called
life planning?
Life planning.
The class was called life planning. And we didn't, now they have classes in school that, like, they teach tax preparation, like basic tax preparation. They teach resume building. They teach all of these useful skills.
Should have been doing that shit since the 70s. People have been paying taxes for a fucking while.
Well, you know
they
what kind of classes?
Like farther back than the 70s. They should have fucking been doing this class.
Well, like home economics. Like we had a home ec class in high school. I somehow took it for a year.
I remember some stuff from it.
But like, okay, it was bullshit. Like, and one of the reasons I say it was bullshit is because the teacher argued with me on something that I knew to be a fucking fact.
I have a notebook. Okay, you tell your thing, and I'll tell my thing. Yeah.
Like, in this home ec class, we were discussing, like, using different measurements for recipes, because it was actually the part of the class where we were doing recipes. And she was, like, it was something along the lines of using, like, a 1/4 and a 1/2 cup to make 3/4 cups. I'm like, why don't you just use a 3/4 measuring cup? That's not a real thing. Like, those don't exist. They don't make those. And I seriously, I looked at her and I'm like, yes, they do. I have one at home.
I don't know if they always have, but as long as I've been alive, it's been a fucking thing. My mom cooked like fucking crazy. I have her cookbook in my drawer. Like, so many recipes from before I was in goddamn high school have 3/4 measurements in them.
No, like 3/4 of a measurement is a thing. But she was trying to tell me that a 3/4 of a cup measuring cup wasn't a thing.
No, yeah.
My mom had a measuring cup set that had an 1/8.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like
a 1/3, a 1/2, 2/3, 3/4, and a cup.
Right here, like pull the shit out of my goddamn drawer right now, because we record in the kitchen. I'm not ashamed. Yeah, like, even I bought these ones specifically because they were like, okay, here's the 1 cup, and halfway up it does the half a cup. And then the other one's over there. The 3/4 cup is over there because I use it for my cat food because I'm supposed to feed it like a third of a cup. But halfway up, it's a third of a cup. So, yeah. And so here's one that's a half a cup, and halfway up, it's 1/4. Yeah. Like, I mean, like,
but yeah, like, and
not only has that been a thing, but they cater to it now.
Well, but she looked at me. She's like, "No, you don't. They don't make those." Yes, they do.
Wait a minute. Oh my God. Do we want to say her name? We could just say Miss, whatever. We haven't said our school, so
we haven't, but
what was her name? Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll cut that out. All right, so we won't say her name, but yeah. No, that's bullshit. Fuck her.
Yeah, she argued with me on that, and then, like, I just completely lost all respect for her.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, yes, tell me I'm wrong. If you know that I'm wrong.
I have an entire notebook somewhere. Honestly, I think it's in my storage unit right now, just like in old boxes of stuff. But I have an entire notebook from us. Like, this is including Webb and Gavin and everyone, where we just wrote notes in this one notebook. Back and forth to each other, all in economics class.
Oh my God!
All in home ec class.
Yeah.
There were so many things. I think, oh my God, I think that's how we came up with, okay, in a future episode, we haven't done it yet, but we've talked about doing it. I used to write these stories for, and eventually I put them under the blanket of STCWW, but I used to write these, like, nonsensical stories in the style of a Worm Quartet. Was that the name of the website? Worm Quartet? You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Oh,
Google Worm
Flaming
Quartet.
Mayo?
Flaming Mayo, that's it. Google flamingmayo.com. I don't know if the actual website is still a thing, but like I wrote all these stories, and I think that's how we came up with the first parts of Poodles of God.
Yeah,
which is this. Yep. It was supposed to be this 5-part story. I only wrote the first part for. But yeah, eventually we will read those on the podcast because oh my God, it's madness. Like, you honestly, when we do those episodes, let's let this be the first and only warning they ever get. When we do those episodes, like, we're not gonna do an intro for it. We're just gonna start. There's gonna be the intro music, and then I'm gonna read it, and that's gonna be it. Maybe I'll just do those on my own.
You know, yeah, I think that would work really well. Do it like a poetry reading.
Oh my God, yes. And there'll be no warning. Like I said, this is your warning. If you are a faithful listener of Serious Shit, you are just now getting the only warning you're going to get. If you have me doing a poetry reading episode in the future, this is why. I'm reading from the STCWW folder.
I have an even better idea.
What?
You set up your recording area in there. Like, you get a stool. You set a mic in front of you. You wear the black turtleneck. You live stream it and record it at the same time.
Do I live stream it from my personal, or do I do it on the... Because we can't do this on Sorta My Comics. Sorta My Comics is a focused thing.
Yeah. God. Personal. Do it
for
your
personal. So if you know me personally and you listen to this podcast now, you get a heads up.
Oh my God. And you have the black turtleneck to do it.
I do. I got the whole thing, man. I'll slick my hair back. Like, it'll be just like the thumbnail picture.
Yeah. Oh God. Do you have any kind of a spotlight? No. Oh, that would be like the only thing you need would be like...
Oh, man. I really wish I did.
That's the only thing you're missing.
I would have access to one if I had actually taken this guy out to lunch that I consistently say we need to go out to lunch, but then I never take him out to lunch. But there are elements that play into that.
Oh,
like, there's a reason I haven't, but I still feel bad.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, I think that's where we're going to end this episode. Go ahead and like
So we're ending this episode on false promises.
False promises. We're bringing it back around again. Go and like our Nerd News page, Sorta My Comics on Facebook. We got the Sorta My Podcast Instagram, the Twitter. Yeah, my name is Vincent Herman, Vin the Human.
James Odle, Alphaspecter.
And
cue that misleading outro music.
I was going to say disappointed, so that's why I stopped.